And we actually supposed to be getting this cut down some right here. So last year when I was gardening, a lot of people were saying, get rid of the Asian beetle, get rid of the Asian beetle. Spinach has done so well for us. So this is what I'm most excited about showing y'all. I feel like the cucumber is doing really, really well. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany. I'm a gardener in Zone 9A, Southern Alabama. If you are returning, hey friends. Y'all, so we're gonna do a garden tour, garden updates. I know I'm gonna have to do a little bit of harvesting. That's why I got on my little I'm gonna call this a harvesting apron. That's why I got on my little harvesting apron. I love this apron so much, y'all. Y'all just don't understand. So as we walk through the garden, we're gonna do our harvesting, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I guess show y'all a few things that I wish I would have did differently, especially in the easy cube. If y'all remember, I really planned out the easy cube, like how I wanted it to lay out, and for some reason it's not going the way that I wanted it to go. And I also took quite a few flowers out of our our semi-chaos flower bed that's on the patio area. Yeah, so I guess we'll start down here first in our little expanded chaos area that don't look so chaotic anymore. So if y'all seen the last video, then y'all know we already harvested all the onions that were in this bed. And thank y'all so much for y'all comments, for y'all inputs. I love when y'all give y'all inputs, like whether if it's good news or bad news. I absolutely love when y'all put y'all little 2 cents in. But sometimes y'all delivery be a little bit out of pocket. So, you know, sometimes I just have to be like, hold up now, come again. But I said in the last video that I was going to leave these little volunteers, but really I think they're not even plants that's of significance. So I'm actually going to pull everything that I see down here as far as like volunteers go. Oh look, I forgot a little baby onion yesterday. Just throw it in the bag. Let's put it in our little pocket. And we actually supposed to be getting this cut down some right here because it's kind of like, look at our sunflower and look at the trees. It's like right on top of it. So our yard man gonna come through and cut it down for us some. But yeah, I don't even know if I finished my statement. So for this bed right here, I have some cucumbers that I want to put in this bed and some sunflowers that I want to put in this bed. So I got some kindergarten sunflowers. I was on Instagram strolling one night and I seen these pretty little short sunflowers. I was like, oh my God, I got to get them. So I impulsively bought those. They're supposed to be here tomorrow. So I'm gonna actually amend this soil and go ahead on and get those down. And I'm also going to direct, so like I said, some cucumbers. Moving right along, that's the plan for this bed that we just took the onions out of. Now right here we got our chaos flower bed. So these are glads right here. I'm hoping that they bloom. I don't know how long they take to bloom, but I'm hopeful that they're gonna bloom. And then right here we got calendula. I was watching one of Asia from Yellow Door Urban Homestead videos, and she was talking about how she used calendula for skincare. So it kind of made me go down a whole rabbit hole, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use that too, and I'm gonna try to make some soap with it because I have eczema and I've talked about that in my videos before. So I was like, you know what, I want to try to make some soap to see if it helps with that. I did get some cream from the dermatologist and I got it on right now, so my skin is kind of shiny because really it's my arms that I have the most issues with. So we're gonna see how that work out. And I just been sealing it in with some CeraVe. But anyways, I don't even know how I got on that subject. Back to what I was saying. Every time when I get like some blooms on the calendula, I miss these right here that's like kind of closed up now. But I have been trying to catch them. Like that one right there is open, so I'm gonna go ahead on it, take it. So yep. And then our nasturtium, I don't know what variety of nasturtium this is because everybody nasturtium that I've been seeing, they got like real big leaves on it. But for some reason, our nasturtium is like little tiny leaves, but it got the little flowers on it. Matter of fact, I do know what variety it is. It's a whirlybird nasturtium. So yeah, there's that. And this, whatever this is, it's about to start bulbing or produce a flower. I don't know if it's a flower or a weed because again, this is our chaos flower bed. And then we got borage down here. I pulled the borage that was in our bed up top because I seen a lot of people saying that it reseed itself and it can get a little bit crazy. So I was like, since I got something growing down here, I'm okay with it reseeding itself down here. But I don't think I want to have that issue in a bed up top. And then I got this really tall sunflower that's growing. I don't know when it's gonna start forming a head because I think it's gonna form a head soon. And then we got us a little ladybug hanging out, and yes, I think that's a true ladybug. And if it ain't a true ladybug, I'm okay with it being an Asian beetle, because from my understanding, the Asian beetle is actually good for the garden because it does eat decaying plants and it also eats aphids. So last year when I was gardening, a lot of people were saying get rid of the Asian beetle, get rid of the Asian beetle, it's bad for the garden. But from my understanding, like I said, after I did some research, it's fine. They eat decaying plants and they also feed on aphids. The only issue is they are very invasive, and if they get in your house, they do have a stinky smell. I think if you squish it, it has a stinky smell, and then also they will take over if they get in your house and like reproduce. So we don't have any issues with them in our house, and knock on wood that it stay that way. As long as they stay out in the garden, I'm cool with them hanging out here. And then also we have another sunflower that look like it's gonna be producing a head soon. This one is shorter than that one, so I'm assuming that these are two different varieties. And down here we just got a bunch of randomness going on. We got more glads on this side, and we got something else that look like possibly another borage plant that's right here that's growing. So like I said, I'm okay with the borage being down here. And then I think that's more calendula that's growing down here. And I have not been focused on pulling any type of weeds or anything like that that may grow or blossom inside of the chaos flower bed, because I feel like I got other things that I can worry about, like other top priorities. Now over here we got our comfrey that the bees been loving. The bees and the butterflies been loving these comfrey blooms. Like they'll just die back and then they'll come back. So like right here, this where the blooms then kind of died down. I don't do anything special with this comfrey. Whatever happens with it, happens with it. It is good for a chop and drop fertilizer. It's also good for just blending the fertilizer. If y'all watch the video when I blended the comfrey leaves and I put them in our onion bed, then yeah, that's what I use. The only thing I wish I would have did differently with that is I wish I would have started fertilizing them with the comfrey fertilizer a lot sooner than I did. So next time we do onions, I will start using that fertilizer as soon as I start to see the onions to bulb. So yep, that's something that we plan on doing different next year when we do onions again. And right here we do got more potatoes. I don't think I mentioned in the video, the last video that we dropped, that we are growing more potatoes, but I have mentioned it before that we're growing potatoes in other areas. So it is about to start flowering. So when the flowers start to form, that just means the tubers are being formed down under. So we'll see what happens with it. And I think this is a 15 or 17 gallon bucket. And then we got more potatoes right here. And I healed these in a video, probably a few videos ago. So yeah, then we got our mint down here. And I wish I had my pruners on me because I actually want to harvest some of this mint. I like to have the mint for tea. And I really could cut all this back and it'll come back better than ever. Mint is one of them plants you do not have to babysit. And that's something that I learned. Look how I just pulled that whole root up, but it's okay. And mint is one of those ones that's very invasive as well. And we're just gonna put this in our little pocket. Then over here, we got my baby flower that she has not been taken care of, might I add. So I've been doing the taking care of over here. So I guess it's my flower now. And these are cattle lilies, if I'm not mistaken. And they are so pretty to me. I love the big pretty blooms that they produce. I will say when the rain hits pretty hard, the leaves do fall off and it kind of started looking like this, but it does produce more blooms. And then it got just weeds growing down there. It ain't my plant, so I ain't pulling no weeds out. I guess y'all say you just said it's yours now. And then here go the peanuts. It has more flowers down there. From my understanding, you do not want to eat the flowers on the peanut plants. So if y'all growing peanuts, don't go out there trying to eat them flowers. And here's our little blueberries. Our blueberries been the same way for a good little minute. And I have not covered them up yet because they're not ready just yet. And I know a lot of y'all say cover up your blueberries so the birds won't eat them. And I know they say blueberries don't need a lot of fertilization. We did fertilize them with the berry tone when the season first switched, so that's kind of like the only thing I fertilized them with. I was thinking about doing some fish fertilizer, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna just let it do its thing. And this is our struggling blueberry plant right here. I don't know what's gonna become of this mug. And then this is our other blueberry plant that don't have a whole lot going on with it, but it's here. Now over here we got our 3-tier green stalk that's super dirty. So we do have more potatoes in this green stalk too, y'all. And as y'all can see, this one is just starting to really take off the way it should. So it's like new greenery that's coming on here. This one is a farther along. What I think I did was, I think I dropped down some potatoes after these were dropped down, which I won't do that again. Like, I'll just make sure I drop down however many potatoes I want to drop down in that tier for that time. That's how many I'll drop down in there. And then we also have our Swiss chard. And then these are green onions that we just grew from kitchen scraps. And y'all, actually harvest the carrots. I was out here one day working and I did not have the camera on, and I was harvesting whatever I seen that looked like it was ready. I was harvesting it, and I had like 3 or 4 carrots that looked decent, and I ate those. So just FYI. And then here go our mystery plant, which I think is just a weed, but I'm gonna leave it here and see what happens with it. Because whatever it is, it look healthy and happy, so I'm gonna leave it alone. And then we got some more carrots. Y'all, should we just go ahead on and pull this carrot? These carrots been down for a long time. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up with it. Oh, look at there. That's a nice sized carrot. I'll take it. Now this one kind of close to the one I just pulled, but that's a nice size one too. Nothing really happened with this one. So let's reflect. Will I go grow carrots again in the green stock? Absolutely. I surely will. I feel like they do good in the green stock, to be honest. As long as you don't overcrowd it like we did the very first time where we tried to grow them in the green stock, then you'll be fine. Like, don't put a whole bunch thinking you could fit 20, 30 seeds in there and they're going to come out lush and big and beautiful, because they not. You probably just get a bunch of green tops, kind of like how we did the first time we tried carrots, and that's going to be that. At least that's what happened in my experience. Then we also have this beautiful lavender that has the flowers on it. Now, if you harvest lavender for purposes of taking it in the house, whether if it's for tea, to make oil, whatever the case it is, you do not want to harvest it after it flowers like this, because really it's just flowers. You want to harvest it when the flowers are closed up like this. So if I wanted to use this for anything, maybe to make lavender powder or anything like that, I would want to harvest it while it's like this. And then you get little tiny little lavender buds like this. And if you want, you can actually go ahead on and pull this off, which I'm gonna do that just so the plant can focus its energy back into growing more buds. Because I do plan on harvesting lavender to take in the house to do to make tea blends with and things like that, because I did that last year. So yeah, this green stock does not have anything in it just yet, so this is our cherry blossom green stock. I do plan on dropping some seeds down in there, but just not right now. We got our daisy that we got from the big box store. I'm gonna say Lowe's, and this is the one that was on clearance. That mug came back to life. It's actually doing better than the other ones that was already alive. And then we got our luscious green stock. I love this luscious green stock. The color is so pretty. Like, it's, ooh, I love it. So we got lavender at the top, which this lavender is starting to flower, so we're gonna take that. And then we also got our marigolds. This is the African marigold, and this is the French marigold. If y'all want to know the difference, the French marigold is more short, and to me it produces more blooms than the African marigold. The African marigold is a good cut flower, in my opinion. And then this is another African, and this is French. And then down here we got petunias. So in between the petunias, y'all, I actually dropped down some Tiny Tim alyssums, which they have already germinated. And then I got more Tiny Tim alyssums. And then I got more sunflowers. So basically the plan was to do sunflower, Tiny Tim alyssums, petunias. And that's kind of the way I planned this tier out. And then down here, I forgot what seeds I dropped in between the petunias down here. Yep, I don't even know if I did. Oh, I dropped the sunflower right here. Yep, sunflower. And then we got our other daisy, and it's actually doing really good. Now, the one that I paid full price for, y'all, that one don't look the best, and I'm going to show y'all that one because I have it on the patio. And then right here we got our other cherry blossom green stalk. It just got a bunch of random stuff in it. We got Kajari melons right here. And then we got small Persian melons right here. And we got the Oliver melon right here. And I know y'all probably like, why you got all those melons on one tier? I don't know, y'all. I just put them down in there. Up here we have cucumbers. Once the cucumbers start to flower, I do plan on taking this netting off. And this netting is supposed to serve as like a shade cloth, very light shade cloth, and also insect netting. And then down here we got more melons. And then a sunflower, and melons. Yep. And the only thing with this cover, y'all, it does not go all the way down the way I thought it would, but I think it's because of this top right here, but it's fine. We're gonna leave it on there. Now over here, this our struggling green stalk right here, because our strawberries are not doing the best at all. So we got a marigold right here. Then we got more strawberries. Ever since we moved the strawberry green stalk from the corner of the patio, it just has not been doing well at all. Like the spinach and stuff is doing good, but I need to harvest it and clean it up. So we're gonna go hit on it, clean this up some. And I must say, this spinach has done so well for us. Like the spinach down here, it looked like I got two different varieties, but I don't remember dropping two different varieties. So I don't know what that's about. And with these spinach seeds, we just direct sold them. And this is the salad sensation variety. I know a lot of people struggle with growing spinach. Shoot, we was one of them people that struggled with growing spinach, but eventually we got it right. So we're gonna let this spinach grow for as long as it's gonna grow in this heat. Here's our grow bag with our lavender and our marigolds in it. I feel like this lavender is not doing as well as the one in the green stalk is. So maybe I should change the location of it and put it in the green stalk as well, and just make this just marigolds. Because I told y'all we was just gonna see how it do, but I don't know, I feel like it has a better chance of really blossoming out and doing this thing if I move it to one of the pockets in the green stalk. So that's probably what I'm gonna eventually do. I'm just not about to do it right now in this moment. And then over here we got our, what is this? Our pepper, nasturtiums, marigolds, and we also got a melon plant down here. So this is the Oliver melon that's growing, and it's actually starting to get the little tendrils. So I got a plant support, which I'm gonna put it over here to see if it helps with stabilizing this melon plant. And we got nasturtiums. This nasturtium is one that we direct sold. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I had the hardest time with growing the nasturtiums from seeds when I had them indoors. I'll show y'all the one that actually did something because it's in this green stalk tier. But the ones that I direct sold in here, it took a while for them to actually pop up. So if y'all are having trouble with the nasturtiums, give it some time, because they do take a while from my experience to actually pop out and germinate. So this nasturtium right here is actually the one that we started indoors, and this is the whirly bird one as well. I'm starting to think the whirly bird is one that's like a smaller variety, because I noticed that the leaves on it don't get real big. And then we got our marigolds. These are marigolds that we started from seed indoors, and we just put them out here in the green stalk. And then over here we got pepper plants. I think all of the pepper plants that's in here are shishitos. One of them, I believe, is actually a Melrose pepper, but our shishitos are doing so good. Every time I look at the pepper plants, oh look, we got a shishito right here that's popped up. Every time I look at the pepper plant, y'all, I think about when I almost gave up on them, and I was like, they just not gonna do good for me. And look at them now. They're doing so freaking good. The only ones that we bought starts for are the ones that we have in the greenhouse, and they're doing good as well. And then we got more marigolds down here, and then more shishito peppers right here. They got flowers on them. So that's all the things that's going on down here in our little chaos area / not so chaotic area. I think everything is doing really, really good. Yep. Besides the few things that I need to clean up. Now we're gonna move over here to our greenhouse. I promise y'all, these flower pots was not supposed to look the way they look, but I think they look so pretty. When I came out here this morning, it was so many bees on this one sunflower. And we got this one. I don't know what this is, but it's a flower that's about to start blooming. I think this is Cosmos right here, but don't quote me on that, y'all. I'm not the best at identifying flowers. And this, I love this flower. The bees love it too. Then on this side, these are coneflowers, and they are so pretty to me because I feel like they add like an extra different type of contrast to this flower pot. And then we got more of these flowers. And then we got a little baby sunflower down here. I love the size of this sunflower. I feel like it'll make a good cut flower. Then we got another sunflower that's actually about to head. I don't know, at first I wasn't really feeling these two flower pots over here, but now I'm like, I think they working out good, because I was gonna change them and do all sunflowers and these two in the front, but I was like, I like the variety, so we're gonna leave it alone. Now in the greenhouse, y'all, where it's hot as Satan toenails, because 104 degrees in here, so you know it's gonna benefit from a shade cloth. We got our sugar baby watermelons, which I'm doing the trellis for them today. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the trellis up for them today. It's gonna be in another video though, because I feel like this video is long enough. We got another watermelon that's popping up. Y'all remember I actually already pulled the first watermelon that had popped up, the first female flower. But I'm gonna leave this one alone, and then it looks like we're gonna have a male flower that's gonna pop open very, very soon. It's definitely time for this one to start trellising on something. Then we got this other sugar baby. I feel like it's kind of too close to it, but I'm gonna leave it. Like I said, I'm gonna have both of them climbing. And then we got our tomato plant that needs to be watered and it needs to be put somewhere, because this mug look horrible. Which I'm gonna water this whole bed after I'm done recording. Then we got our orange bell peppers that have flowers all over it. I'm talking about all over it. And it looked like we got a bell pepper down there. Look at that. Then we got our California Wonder pepper that's being shaded by our tomato plant. And this is the Husky Cherry tomatoes. I actually have a tomato cage that I'm putting on here today as well, and that's going to be in a separate video too. So I'm going to clean all of that down there. And we actually have a tomato that has joined the party. Look at that. Now, I told y'all I'm going to tell y'all what I wish I would have did different throughout as we do this. I really wish I did not put the tomato plant on the same side with the peppers, because I feel like I could have fit one more pepper plant over here and they would have been fine to touch. But I feel like the tomato plant is getting a lot bigger than I was expecting it to get. So next time I do that, I don't think I'll put the tomatoes on the same side. Possibly later on in the season when these die back, and once these watermelon plants are done, I think if I decide to do more tomatoes, I'm going to put the tomatoes on the side where we have the watermelons at. And then I'll do only peppers on this side where we have the peppers and the tomatoes at. I feel like everything is doing really, really well in the greenhouse. The only thing that was not doing well was the cucumber plant, and I have already taken that one out. Y'all remember we took that one out in the last video. Okay, now last but not least, our patio area. What's going on up here? I feel like the stuff in the patio area is a little bit more wild than I would like it to be, but it's here. So this is what I'm most excited about showing y'all. Look what we got. We're going to soon have flowers on our Washington Navel orange tree. I don't expect us to get any oranges this year, but I think just the thought of seeing that we're going to soon have flowers on here just makes my heart so happy, because y'all know we did not want, or I did not want, a citrus tree. So I feel like it's doing really, really well in this Vago citrus tree planter. And this is a 30-gallon. A lot of people were saying that it's best to put your citrus trees in a pot that's a little bit bigger than where it was at from the nursery, but as y'all can see, this plant is doing perfectly fine. And it got a little gangster lean on it, but that's just how I planted it, so it's okay. Okay, now over here in this bed, it's a little bit crazy. This one I was telling y'all about when we was in the little chaos area, our expanded garden chaos area. What I wish I would have did differently, and I think I mentioned this in another video, I wish I would have just had the cucumber plant over here on this side by itself instead of having the Melrose pepper in front of it. I will say this, I feel like the cucumber is doing really, really well, because we starting to get cucumbers to pop up. We got nice sized cucumbers in there that's popping up. And we got so many flowers on this plant. And we got one over there in the back. I don't know if y'all can see it. So I think we still gonna get a good harvest from this plant, but I just hate the fact of how close it is to this Melrose pepper plant. Because one thing about the cucumbers, once they latch on, they want to trellis somewhere, they're going to trellis. They don't care what it is they trellising on, but they will trellis on it. So these are the Melrose. And I still have not been able to try any red, y'all. So I've been kind of leaving them alone and letting them do their thing. They in here, y'all. They are in here. Now the kicker gonna be when it's time to harvest all these cucumbers. I feel like I'm gonna end up leaving one on the branch by itself, and they say once you leave a cucumber on the branch and it gets overgrown, it kind of stops the production of the cucumber plant. But it's fine, because we always gonna have cucumbers in rotation. I feel like those are seeds that I'm gonna continuously drop. Now, I don't know if these are shishito pepper plants or Melrose pepper plants. The reason why I say that is because I cut the tops of them so they are growing out bushier. And I noticed last year when we did the shishito peppers, they weren't as big. The plants weren't as big as these are, but they are loaded with flowers. So whichever variety it is, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for it. And this is 3 plants in this little area over here. Now, look what we have here. Our semi-chaos flower bed is no longer chaotic. Um, yeah, I mean, I ain't mad about it either, y'all. I am not mad about it. Look at our zinnia. The one that I said I did not want to grow, but look at it growing, and it is so very pretty, y'all. And then we got more cone flowers that the bees are loving. And then we got more calendula that's about to start busting out. Then we got our marigold that we bought from Lowe's. That was the extra one that we had when we dropped the flowers down in the front yard. Then this is one that we started from seed. This is a sapphire tangerine marigold. And then that one over there is a sapphire tangerine marigold. So this is calendula as well. And as y'all see, it got a gangster lean. So when I came through and I pulled a lot of the plants out over here, some of them kind of lost their stability. And this was one of them. But I said I'm not going to pull it because I seen that it was still starting to get blooms that was going to blossom on it. So I just said I'm going to just leave it and let it just lean a little bit for right now. And then right here, I think this is, I don't know. We'll see when I open up what it is. Possibly a calendula as well. That is that in this bed, y'all. I do think I want to drop more flowers over here, but just space them out quite a bit and have some that kind of grow upright like this. Yep, I love the way this is growing, just upright. Then over here, I think I'm gonna just get rid of these sunflowers, y'all, because I don't know what variety it is, and I think it's sunflowers that get really big, but I don't have a spot for them to grow in the garden, so I think I'm gonna just end up getting rid of them. And no, I do not feel bad about getting rid of them, y'all. Now, if y'all was wondering what I did with that lavender, the Goodwin Creek lavender that was in our semi-chaos flower bed, here it go. And it do not look the best, which I kind of already made up in my mind that if this plant does not make it, I'm perfectly fine with it. Because to me, it was taking up way too much space. And here's our daisy that's not doing so well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut off the dead daisy flowers on here. We do have more flowers that's starting to bloom, and I just need to water it. And it does have new growth on it. So it's not dead, it just look bad right now. And this bed up here, as y'all can see, we have cleaned it out. I'm not sure what I want to put in this bed. And the reason why I say that is because I like having it for salads and stuff like that, like salad greens and all that. But the only thing is it bolts so fast. So with that being said, this does serve as some type of protection from the sun, but it's not like made for protection from the sun, if that makes sense, y'all. So really this stuff should have probably bolted by now, but it has not. This is our Swiss chard that we started back in the fall. That's our kale that we started back in the fall. And then there's 2 more Swiss chards that we started back in the fall. And as y'all can see, they have not bolted because I think it's because this right here is protecting it from the harsh sun. Then we got our deal over here that is like, oh, it's high and mighty. So I need to figure out something to do with this deal. As y'all can see, it broke right here. I'm worried that if I chop it down, it'll kind of mess up the production of the deal. But it's like getting too tall. This is the bouquet deal. I do have another variety of deal that I plan on dropping, y'all. It is actually one of those ones that slow the boat. It's like heat tolerant. So I think I'm gonna drop that down too and possibly drop it in this bed. We're gonna take this deal in the house. And I actually been harvesting deal, and I have some that's dried out that I just have stored. The reason why I wanted to grow a lot of deal is because I know we're gonna do homemade pickles. So I wanted to make sure we had enough for that. And speaking of pickles, here is our Vago tomato planter that we took out of the greenhouse. I mean, it's not looking the best. It has a few cucumbers on it. We got one cucumber that we're gonna go ahead on and harvest because this is a pickle bush variety. So I feel like this one was ready. So we ain't gonna get rid of it just yet, but I do plan on replacing it with another cucumber plant. It's definitely a very productive plant, but I think the fact that we had it in that greenhouse, it just kind of took a toll on it. And this, I believe, is a Cosmo. I ended up taking this out of our semi-chaos flower bed because it was getting way too tall. And I was like, you know what? It hadn't opened up. The buds was just like this, all of them. But I ended up putting it in some water, and I just been leaving it outside, and It did a little bloom for me. Yep. And I actually need to change this water out. Our onions that we harvest. So I did some research last night when I was laying in the bed rubbing my feet together. And from my understanding, by the way, I just put these up here, y'all. So I don't think they just been sitting stacked on here. Um, I'm actually gonna dry these out for 2 weeks, and I'm gonna leave them outside. I'm gonna leave them right here in the shade because you don't want them in direct sun, but I feel like they'll dry out a lot faster if I have them outside. And this is the rack that I'm gonna have it on, this rack right here. So I done cleaned it off already. It has like holes in the bottom of it, and it's actually already dried out. So that's where we're gonna put our onions to dry out. And then over here we got our hummingbird feeder because I'm ready to set the hummingbird feeder back up. I just wanted to clean it out real good. So I'm gonna finish that off camera, and I'm gonna put some hummingbird food in here so we can get some hummingbird visitors, because I do see them coming over. They was coming over to the feeder, but they realized there was no nectar. So I said I really gotta go ahead on and get this cleaned out and put it back up. I got this hummingbird feeder from Hobby Lobby. So I wanted to put this one on the window at first, but Tony was like, why you want to put it on the greenhouse? So I'm going to see if it'll stick on to the greenhouse, because I think that'll be so pretty. Y'all had the hummingbirds visiting over by the greenhouse area. So yeah, thought this was so cute. So when I make the nectar for the other hummingbird feeder, I'm going to make the nectar for this, and I'm going to see if it's going to stick on the greenhouse. And if it don't, I'll just put it on one of the windows. And I'm about to get rid of this old rusty wind chime. Tony don't know it yet, but he done had this mug since we been over here. And as y'all can see, it's old and raggedy. The chimes ain't even chiming the same no more, so I'm gonna take that down. And I also made an executive decision to not put regular bird food over here. So the only thing that's gonna be over here is the hummingbird feeder on this side. Then we got this little wind chime right here. And I really and truly think that's it, y'all. Oh, right now, Greenstock does have a sale going on for their lids. It's gonna start on the 21st of May. If I'm wrong about that, I'll put it on the screen. So they're gonna have all of their lids on sale. I'm a little bit salty, y'all, because I actually bought lids for all of our Greenstocks when they was having the Mother's Day sale, and they weren't on sale. So I paid full price for the lids. Now it's like they're gonna have them, I think, for like $9.97. So I'm feeling away. I'm feeling away. But I do need to get another one for this green stock, because this is the only green stock that does not have the lid that's like this. It has this lid right here. And I really rather have everything to look the same. So yeah, so I'm definitely gonna get one of those. And they have their lemon and strawberry pink stuff right now, 10% off. So if y'all are interested in any of the green stock products, feel free to use the link in the description for that. And yeah, I think that's it for this video, y'all. But I really, truly enjoy kicking it with y'all. It's not real hot outside, and then I think it helps the fact that I got on a dress. But I need to go ahead on and start this other video. So thank y'all so much for kicking it with me today. If y'all made it to the end of this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And leave a flower emoji if y'all made it to the end. And I guess I will see y'all in the next video.